As soon as I turned on the camera, my heart just like immediately started beating really hard.
I'm doing this.
I have to tell you something.
The date today is August 7th, 2013.
I'm here today to do my coming out story.
I don't know how else to say this.
I'm gay.
I'm gay.
I am transgender.
I want you guys to know that I'm gay.
I came out as bisexual.
I'm asexual.
I'm transgender.
I'm intersex.
I am transgender.
Spoiler alert!
I'm not straight.
I told you I was bi.
I'm gay.
The first ever YouTube video was uploaded on the 23rd of April 2005 by the platform's co-founder Jared Karim.
Really long trunks.
The platform has since evolved from grainy vlogs and cat videos into a global content powerhouse that puts creators at the helm of high-scale productions that rival the likes of even Netflix and Amazon Prime. YouTube has become a launchpad for success, where stars like Mr. Beast, Lily Singh, KSI and James Charles have been able to leverage their massive followings to create entire brands. But beyond the glossy productions and record-breaking view counts, YouTube holds a unique place in internet history, especially for the LGBTQ+ community. It was the very first platform where people could truly share their story, where early adopters of the platform, often teenagers or young adults, could upload videos from their bedrooms and speak to whoever happened to scroll across their video and click play. For LGBTQ+ creators and audiences alike, YouTube quickly became a safe space for young people wanting to talk about their experiences and identity. This was a game changer. For the first time, queer people could truly own their story, unfiltered and unscripted. Free to create whatever content they wanted, this offered LGBTQ+ individuals the kind of visibility that traditional media had long failed to provide. One of these pioneering creators was Joey Graceffa. Joey rose to YouTube fame in the early days of the platform, uploading his first video in 2007. Initially hoping to break into acting, Joey saw YouTube as a way to showcase his talent and build a following. As his channel grew, Joey became known for his vlogs, challenge videos, and notably his coming out video, becoming one of the first YouTubers to candidly share his LGBTQ+ journey with millions of viewers on a day-to-day basis.
It's also important to be proud and open with who you are and show people that it's okay to be gay, and that's who I am.
Joey gave fans a front row seat into his daily life, creating a unique space online where fans could connect with him on a personal level. And visibility as a gay man was no longer limited to a side character in your favourite sitcom.
You might as well have punched her in the stomach.
His channel grew rapidly, attracting a loyal following of over 9 million subscribers, with his Don't Wait music video where he came out publicly racking up over 43 million views.
So I started YouTube when I was 15 years old, and it was like so new. This was like 2007, so it was like, oh my god. It was the early days of YouTube even becoming a thing. There was just a lot of excitement. My Don't Wait music video, that was a lot of fun. That wasn't necessarily my plan of how I was going to come out. It just ended up becoming that. I remember seeing Tyler Oakley talk about his coming out, and Bryce Devon even. Those were my peers that really helped me build the confidence to be able to come out. I just remember even like the early days of my YouTube of just getting comments from people telling me and asking me if I was gay, and because I wasn't out to myself, it was just something I always avoided or I denied, and so made me nervous for how it would be to come out. But because I had such a strong community around me and I felt comfortable and confident myself, I felt fine with regardless of what the response was. But I was very happy with the outpour of support when I actually did come out.
While Joey had built a platform showcasing his life, he had serious reservations when it came to sharing his sexuality with the world. Joey had to navigate the pressures of being one of the first public figures on the platform, facing widespread speculation about his sexuality, with fans eager for answers.
I feel like people always say like my closet was like a glass closet or a beaded closet, like it was pretty obvious. But until that person's ready to fully admit, I don't think it's anyone's business to really ask or tell people what someone's sexuality is. It was annoying that people felt so entitled, wanted to know and tell my story for me. Yeah, just feeling like it was unfair for people to put those words in my mouth when I wasn't personally at that point to share. I definitely had like a large teen girl following. And so I think there was like definitely some girls who were in denial and really wanted me to be straight for their fantasies. So I think there was that. I think it's just also like human nature to wonder and want to know those things. It really was not accepted at that time, but the internet became like the safe place for the queer community. The internet was a safe place and the real world was the scary place.
Despite the initial backlash, Joey quickly began to realise the impact his openness had had on his audience. His videos gave many LGBTQ+ viewers the courage to embrace their own identities by showing them they weren't alone.
It was really nice after I opened up about my sexuality. I went directly on like a tour right after that for my book, and so many kids came up to me and I became their person that they came out to. Like during a meet and greet, they would come and just like whisper in my ear and like say, I'm gay. And they're like, I never told anyone this. It was such a sweet moment. It happened many, many times.
As the platform evolved, more creators began to gravitate towards YouTube, using it as a space to share not just their personal journeys, but their entire relationships. One of those couple's YouTube mainstays, Rose and Rosie, became known for openly sharing their love story and same-sex relationship with their growing audience.
I did, I think it was a parody of a music video, Kesha TikTok, and that kind of just garnered a little bit of attention. I thought, oh, this is fun. See, for me, it just started as a hobby. And then I met Rosie, and I've said this a million times, but I kind of used it as an excuse to see her, because I was like, oh, you know, we've got this very small audience that wants to make a video, you know, let's film a video together. And it just kind of rolled on from that. I didn't actually think anybody was watching.
We weren't trying to be famous, weren't trying to be anything.
And I think that's why our earlier videos are even more popular, because it was so raw and we were dating and it was literally messy. It was messy. What you saw was literally what it was.
For anyone who was just happened to be gay online or queer online, being authentically them, I think was brilliant because we had almost no gay TV characters. And yeah, it's different now. More people are out. Gay marriage is legal. Not everywhere, but where we are.
Even though we've got coming out videos, we never started in the closet. Not that there's anything wrong with this, but we never started in the closet and then came out. We were always out. And we were like, this is us, but we're actually going to focus on comedy, I guess, because we have fun conversations and we have fun with you guys, silly, but we're also gay. And I think that kind of angle really went for us and also helped a lot of people just to be like, oh, okay, so they're gay, but that's not all they are.
Their channel became a valuable resource for young fans exploring the differing experiences that came with their sexual identities.
There are people who've written to me and said, you know, my mum doesn't know and she could never know and I don't want to get kicked out the house. Well, here's a place where they can go without physically having to leave the house, where they can find that safety of that community and just make friends and talk to people.
And I think that really helped a lot of people to see that, you know what, you can actually just exist in a same-sex relationship and just get on with your life, you know? So I'm hoping that's the kind of safety and the kind of comfort that people got from our videos and still get from our videos.
Rose and Rosie have grown up alongside the platform, having shared their relationship with their audience for over a decade, with the couple now sharing a glimpse into their lives as same-sex parents.
When we decided we wanted to have a baby, and I think we knew for a while, but when we've fully been like, you know what, now's the time, I thought you'd just go online and there'd be a place that says, this is how you do it as a
same-sex couple.
Same-sex couple.
How wrong we were.
Yeah, I just thought you could look online and it'll be like, yeah, this is how you do it. And there was nothing, there was no information. So I was like, I want to help people. So we recorded the whole thing and there was ups and downs and trials and errors.
And like our videos, you know, we wanted it to be a really raw, honest account. And we just thought it's really important to document this just for people so they have somewhere to start.
While queer stories were beginning to find a home on YouTube, one community remained largely invisible in mainstream media. That began to change with creators like Jazz Jennings. From a young age, Jazz used the platform to document her transition and daily life, giving audiences an honest, first-hand look at what it meant to grow up as trans in the public eye. Through candid vlogs and Q&As, Jazz helped demystify the trans experience, breaking down stereotypes, answering questions many were too afraid to ask, and showing her trans viewers that they weren't alone. At a time when trans representation was nearly non-existent in mainstream media, Jazz's openness helped spark conversations around gender identity, healthcare and acceptance, both online and off, opening much-needed dialogue about what it really means to be trans.
When I began my journey on YouTube, there were no transgender teenagers sharing their experiences. I was kind of one of the first. When I started my channel, I began with mermaid tail videos. So when I was 12 years old, I made a silicone mermaid tail. When I posted the mermaid videos, they kind of went viral. People recognized me from the 2020 Barbara Walters special and the OWN Network I'm Jazz special. And people were like, oh my God, that's Jazz. That's amazing. We want to see more content. And so I began making videos discussing my journey as a transgender youth.
YouTube has long been a platform for positive change, one that's amplified marginalised voices and provided creators with a space to share their experiences, build community and reach millions.
The first video I made talking about my journey as a transgender person was the Letter to the World video. So I kind of like wrote this speech, you know, declaring to the world that I am trans and that I am proud to be trans.
My name is Jazz and I'm transgender. I was born a girl trapped in a boy's body. And although most people would run away from who they are, I embrace my uniqueness.
And that video just got a lot of traction. People were like, we want to see more, keep talking about your experience. The next video I made was the Q&A video where I answered questions that fans posted online asking me. I think I was really raw and authentic, and I just kind of spoke from the heart about, you know, my experience being trans and how even though I faced difficulties, I was proud to be trans. What really helped a lot of people was seeing my confidence. I was proud to be me, and I wanted to encourage other people to be proud of who they are too. Knowing that I was able to help other people, it made it all worth it. People would say such profound things like, Jazz, I don't know if I would be alive if it weren't for you sharing your story. And it was kind of amazing to see in the early days of YouTube. Everyone deserves to be who they are. I always say that it's a simple thing, but to just have that freedom to be you in this world. And I think seeing YouTubers who are confident and loving themselves inspires people to be confident and love themselves too.
As the platform evolved and its influence grew, so too did conversations about how it supports and represents its LGBTQ+ creators. And while challenges still exist, the impact YouTube has had on LGBTQ+ lives, both on and off the screen, is undeniable.
I think YouTube's been so instrumental on like the entire queer community being accepted by the world. Like I think those coming out videos, people sharing their lives, giving insight of like what a gay person, a lesbian person, a trans person, giving insight more onto their lives has really showcased to millions of people what those lives are like. We would have still been regressed so far back had it not been for YouTube.
If I'd had YouTube where, you know, there were same-sex content creators easily and freely accessible when I was going through, you know, coming out and discovering myself, I think it would have been a much easier process for me, knowing that not only do I have people that I can, I don't want to say look up to, like we're role models, but people that, you know, that are living their lives freely and openly. I think it would have been a lot easier for me to kind of accept my sexuality. I think for so many individual cases, YouTube has really positively affected their lives.
YouTube has had a really significant impact on the LGBTQ+ community. By creators sharing their story and being visible, it has connected with the audience, and people see themselves through these creators. By seeing other people being their authentic self, it encourages and allows others who are watching these videos to be themselves as well.
YouTube as a platform has fostered a community where anyone, regardless of their identity or background, can find connection and belonging. For the LGBTQ+ community, this sense of belonging has been especially powerful. It's given us the chance to not just be seen, but to be heard, and celebrated for who we truly are. If you enjoyed the video and want to check out more video essays like this, make sure to subscribe to PinkNews' YouTube channel, as there'll be plenty more on the way.